Hello, everybody, and welcome back after an extended break to the fantastic BSC autumn season, the Fall Brawl, as we are going to get underway here at Darlington Raceway. I am joined once again by Dean Hopton, or Dean Biggles, whichever we feel like calling him today. And we are moving forward quickly into the race. So you can see here, Darlington Raceway, we are having a fun little paint scheme day here as well. It is going to be throwback night for the Darlington night race. So it will slowly get darker as this race gets underway. Dean, I guess we should probably bring you in here. How you been after your nice little break?
Yeah. Well, break from this league specifically, but not a break from NASCAR racing, my friend. Did that a couple times a week, but I'm absolutely thrilled to be back here, of course, for the autumn series. I get all confused because, we're getting into summer in Australia. You guys are getting into winter in your neck of the woods. But what we need to get into, my friend, is a grid.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about winter yet. But yes, getting into our grid. So we have in... Oh, everything just got jumped around on me. So Alex Witt will take P1. Aaron Ziegler is in P2. Brandon McLaughlin in 3. Dan Michelle in 4. Cody Kern in 5. TJ Spainhour in 6. Sawyer Gara in 7th. Andrew Jamelin in 8th. Noel Jackowitz in 9th. Ben Ruse in 10. Andrew Ziegler in 11th. David Trogdon in 12th. Zachary Lewis in 13th, Joshua Kuhn in 14th, Joshua Keith in 15th, Brad Young 16th, Trenton Kimmel 17th, Seth Pegg in 18th, Calvin Ross 19th, Blake Lewis in 20, Rod Sizemore in 21, Dustin Mooney in 22, Brock Shirley in 23, Eric Stubber, we'll figure out the last name later, in 24, and then we have Travis Plato in 25th, Armin Baruso in 26th, Joseph Dormus in 27th, Anthony Radel in 28th, and Terry W. Spainhour in 29th. Nice full crowd we've got today.
This is where we also have the new logo for the season, but unfortunately up in that timing tower it's not been working. Good chunk of change of spending some time trying to fix that one, but we'll get it sorted out for the next race. Here we go. It's the evening time here in the Darlington Stripe. Who wants it?
Lady in Black too. Great nickname for them. As we are green, and Alex Witt does take it away. He does get up high, blocking off Aaron Ziegler there. As we make our way around the first corner, see who is immediately going to get their Darlington stripe, though I know most of these guys will kind of stay up high. There's one in the further back. I think there was a Seth Pegg that had a little bump with the wall coming out of 2 there. But Alex Witt does take the lead, as we are very accustomed to saying. And as you can see, a very interesting shape to this track. It does have a much wider corner on for 1 and 2 compared to 3 and 4, which is a little weird. And most people are not really sure as to why. But I believe, if I remember correctly, it had to do with a pond. A fish pond, if I remember correctly. I'll have to double check that, but they didn't want to disrupt a farmer's fish pond, so they built it the way it is, and it's a little awkward shape now.
Did not know that. Thank you very much for that.
So I was like, I know I found it somewhere, but outside of that, there was a hard hit that looked like the 86 of TJ Spainhour. Very interesting shape, but also very different in cornering. Turns 1 and 2 are 25 degrees. Turns 3 and 4 are 23, and then the front and back straight are 6 degrees. It is a 1.366 mile, or 2.198 kilometers for the normal people that don't measure things by bald eagles over cheeseburgers. But yeah, good race so far. I'm actually kind of surprised. Let me hit further back as well. Kind of surprised. We watched a little bit of their practice, and it was interesting to say the least. We saw a lot of spinning, so I'm happy with how this has gone so far.
Yeah, everybody's actually behaving themselves quite well, actually. Well, making sure you get temperature up into the tyres. There's a little bit of a stripe up against the fence there from Alex at the moment. There's Aaron in behind there. A little bit more stripes coming in there, but it's early days, of course, but those tyres start wearing off. Look like a challenge at the moment. Dan up the inside.
Yeah, Dan making a move, getting himself past Aaron Ziegler. So a few new faces that have joined. So we have another set of brothers in Aaron and Andrew Ziegler. So those two have joined us. We do have a little bit further down as well. Dustin Mooney, Eric Stuber, Travis Plato. Ooh, our first spinner. Looks like it was a solo.
Yep, that was Dustin.
And I think that was... Okay, so Dustin Mooney as he makes his way back into pit lane. Looks like he just kind of got a little... clipped the wall.
Oh, very lucky to miss.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure who he missed, but man, was he ever lucky to have missed them. It does look like we actually have a few drivers in pit lane currently, 3 drivers right now. You can see, so anyone who has no idea what we're talking about when it comes to the Darlington stripe, it is coming off a turns 2 or 4 and just slamming into the wall. It scrapes off your paint, leaves a nice stripe of metal opposed to your paint job. It's referred to as the Darlington stripe because it happens very often on this track as Ben Ruse makes a move on the outside there, getting his way past the 33 of David Trogdon. Lydia and Billy, let's go TJ and Brad. Welcome back, guys. It's been a little while. Wizard, let's go Sizemore. So himself a good little run as well. He is not currently out of the race, so that's always a bonus.
Remember, we go to a stage break as well, too, as we're going to challenge for the lead, actually, from Dan. He's up 2 places currently at the moment in this race, looking to make it number 3 if he can get past Alex, who's going up against the stripe at the moment. You can see Alex with, what was that game again? Of course, that was mentioned last time, at the end of last season. That's the... Oh, can you remember it now?
I can't now. Oh, did you?
Nice. Yeah, haven't played it yet, actually, because I'm waiting for some mates, but... Damn it, I can't remember it, but anyway. Somebody in the chat will probably let us know.
Yeah, no, it's bugging me, and I'm sure we'll have to bring Armin Brusso back in. Yes. That is the 20 of Calvin Ross, who's a little sideways. And we can take a look, see what happened there. He just... gets ahead of, goes a little sideways, and unfortunately, I believe that's the 083 of. Oh my goodness, there's too many drivers that are out right now. 083 of Joshua Kuhn. There we go. Not used to having 30 drivers floating around, and yeah, the 083 Joshua Kuhn there is he just had nowhere to go other than right into the back of Calvin Ross, and that will wrap that yellow flag.
First caution.
Yeah, what do we go? First caution, lap 11. Not bad. I was expecting much worse. We'll see. So stage break being lap 60. Don't think anyone's going to try and come in. It might be a little early for that unless you've already come in. It looks like we've got about 3, or 4, I guess. Joseph is currently in pit lane as well. Though he's been in for just about a minute and a half. Well, a few guys are hopping in. So Seth Pegg, Blake Lewis, Travis Plato, Anthony Radel, Eric Stuber, Armin Brusso all coming in. Guess I'm completely wrong, and this is why they drive and I just talk about it.
Well, but you know, another thing that that does happen, of course, if you've watched NASCAR before, in the real life, of course, and in the virtual world, they tend to cautions breed caution. So maybe these drivers are also gambling on the fact that, okay, there may be another 1 or 2 cautions coming up soon before the end of the stage break. And then, of course, they could just jump the field when the rest of the field go down. At least there's a couple of cars together as well, too, but it's not a super speedway, so it doesn't matter that much about you being all alone out there like in Talladega or Daytona, where you're just going to get left because you need that mighty slipstream. So they're just gambling on something different here at the moment. So the drivers on 19th downwards have visited pit road. Some drivers might have copped a little bit of damage as well too. Remember from that stripe into the fence. Get in there and chip a little bit of those repairs out, which looks like Blake Lewis is currently at the moment. He didn't actually come out of pit road there. Seth's come out of pit road too. So they spent about 40 seconds of change down there as Joshua Kern goes in to chip out those repairs, so that you can come back out and still remain on the lead lap.
Exactly, and yeah, that Darlington stripe, as much as it's kind of a little bit of a joke in obviously the virtual world, it's obviously you're not having to pay to repaint, but it can definitely knock your wheels out of alignment and make it a little tougher to make it around this track, because it is a fairly tricky track to get comfortable on. It looks like you've got all this space, especially on the corners there with how wide the apron is, but in reality, it's maybe 2 lanes at absolute most. You're not trying to stick 3 people, and in all reality, unless you're on the straightaway, you really don't want to be going too wide for too long. It does get a little dicey. Will chomp up your tires pretty good. I believe they have 5 sets of tires for today, which will definitely help. And temperature wise, it's not too bad. I believe it said 75 degrees Fahrenheit there, so nothing too crazy, but 73, sorry, I missed. But a nice little jaunt temperature, at least, as the safety car is in, and we are going to be ready to go once again. As they do enter the restart zone, the green flag is on, and we are back underway here. As you can see, Alex once again getting a fantastic jump, but it does look like Aaron Ziegler has made the move up on Dan, as he is definitely right up along the inside. Dan does hold a little bit better, a couple of hits back and further back there. The one car there of Noel Jackowitz making a little bit of a move, getting up on Sawyer Gara, and he's brought back my favorite, the Pepto-Bismol pink car. A little bit of a throwback. Some new paint jobs too from some of the cars out here. I believe we've got TJ in the Copperhead Racing livery that we haven't seen I haven't seen him bust that one out in a long time. Kind of funky. It looks almost like the Duracell, the gold and black, or bronze and black. But nice little updates to some of these guys' liveries, as we are doing a throwback, so you can see some of them all have some pretty good stories, and I've been trying to keep track of who's got what and what their story is, and things like that. Not the easiest, unfortunately, as there's only a few that actually said anything. I've been informed I'm not supposed to... Oh, I do have a caution.
Joshua. He's probably like, hey, come and check out my throwback here. It's trying to get up there at the moment. Remember, that's a steep incline. That's exactly right. Good idea. Let it roll back there. Almost take the pace car out and then do it. Yeah, because there's no way you're going to be trying to go up that steep elevation angle there. So that's it, guys. So Joshua just said, hey, don't forget about my 083 livery this evening as well.
The 083, there's Mobile One. He's been driving that for quite a while here now. Actually, Bang. This does bring... Ooh, a little bit of a... Was that Seth there? No, who's...
Yeah, who else went around behind him too? I must continue on.
That I did see a car ahead of him. It did say the number 2. I don't think we actually have a number 2, though. So I think that was Seth Pegg. Who was rocking that, though he usually is in his 56. But yeah, it has number 2 on there.
This is Seth.
Yeah, that's Seth Pegg. Okay. Also, apparently, I'm not supposed to connect you with Seth's car. We're not supposed to look at it. I don't know why.
Really?
He said something about Australians. Yep. He said he would be in trouble from Australians.
If I looked at his car now, right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's bad for the rep.
Oh. But how are we not going to see his livery?
Or sorry, a crime to some people in Australia. Huh. So, I don't know what happened. I don't know it. I'm fully going to throw him under the bus, though, and suggest we take a look, just because I think it's funnier. And so I wouldn't know. I think he's rocking a specific team, is my guess. The 2003 Supercar Champions.
I have to look.
I mean, I think you need to. I think we need to.
Oh, I don't even know who that is. Sorry, Seth.
That's Blake Lewis.
That's Blake. Oops, that's why. Ah, yes. The Holden. It's got Holden on the back.
The Holden Racing Team Commodore in the next-gen NASCAR world.
There you go. Well, SVG. I can't remember if SVG what he used to drive in. Somebody can ask me in the chat now. If he used to drive in the Holden or the Ford when he was racing in the Australian Supercar Series. So we got a flip.
There we go.
Seth's like
Yeah,
bringing the
looks like
V8 supercars here to NASCAR.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't get to hear about the V8 supercars as much now that James isn't here. That's like his favorite thing to run right now, or was. He was running that quite a few times as the lights are out on the pace cars. We will be going green once we get all the way back around. But yeah, only three drivers have actually explained their throwback, other than Sawyer. He's had Sawyer Gara in the Pepto-Bismol livery. He's had that one on and off every year kind of thing. It is one of my favorites. I love that pink.
In Australia, because people confused. You try to get Pepto here. Maybe. Well,
really?
Sure if you can get it now, but yeah.
Huh.
No, I tried to remember ages ago to get it from one of my girlfriends at the time. She came over to Australia, and she's like, "How can I get it?" I'm asking her.
Check the type of car that Seth is in.
I think that's what they're talking about. The Holden.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We are at green as we are into the restart zone here. That is going to not be a restart. I'm not sure what happened on that. Oh man. TJ went sideways, not sure what happened. Cod Fiend, let's go Pepto. Yes, Akira. I saw you signed up to join this racing, so I'm expecting you to hop in soon.
So here's how it all began.
It looked like it was. Looked like it was Oh no, yeah, it was Dan Michelle higher up and TJ, I think, colliding because of a checkup.
I think you're right on that one. Yep, we'll go back.
Expecting too much of me? Oof. No, Dan just spun it. Either looks like it was some net code there, possibly. But yeah, there was actually no contact made until Dan had started already going around. So maybe some net code, but very unfortunate is we will have half the field having some damage there. It's the big one at Daytona in Darlington.
Nowhere to go at this point, Joshua.
Yeah, no.
So we will have some pit stops now live for some of the other drivers going to... Whoa! Have a little moment heading into pit road, actually. But whoa, we've got a pile-up here. We have a pile-up in pit road. Speaking of the Holden Commodore right there.
What? Yeah, that's... okay.
That's interesting. I'm just going to rewind that back for a second. I don't like to do that, but I cannot have the thing that spits like what caused the image, the accident. My apologies.
Oh, looks like Ben Roos trying to get in late.
Yeah.
I think that's Ben Roos in the 77 there, and then the 90, which is a 9 on the car there of Andrew Ziegler.
And then there's a further contact there. It
looked like Brusso.
Yeah.
Brusso getting hit by Seth Pegg. Oh, I'm sure
that pit lane right now. If I was there.
Well, it is close too. There's red lights are flashing at pit lane there, but not a little bit of an auspicious restart on that one. And it just continued as we head into pit lane, and thankfully they do have, for those who do not know, a fast repair, but unfortunate to have to use it going into pit lane.
Yeah, a few drivers might be having to. There's Russo. Joshua's back in again too, because some of that incidents, and then Dustin as well too, sitting down there in pit road. They're going to go themselves a lap or so down at the moment. You can see the timing tower. The driver's still out in the lead lap at the moment, and the rest of the field a lap or so down, getting repairs in. So far, the top 10 drivers have yet to visit pit road, as well as Brad Young running in P14. Everybody else has been down at least once.
It's a really long pit lane here too. It's a very awkward sort of distance that you have to go in. start midway between turn 3 and 4. Typically, it's usually as you're kind of on your way out of 4 or very close. But this starts almost like the moment you exit 3, you have to be diving down. So it's a little tricky. But we do have the pit car, or safety car coming in as we are about to head to green once more. We'll go green, hopefully with a few less issues. And it looks like we did get away. And everyone's going to cross the start-finish line. So off to a great start as Alex Witt does get the jump once again. Aaron Ziegler into P2. Cody Kern up in P3. A few spots. Anthony Radel quietly up 17 positions into P11 right now. But looks like we are having a little bit of speed. And we can see that Hooters car of the 65 on the inside of TJ. So the fun story with that vehicle, or paint scheme, I guess specifically, is so that was a throwback to 5 years for Andrew Jamelin, where he ran it in his first ever win in Charlotte, I believe it was, in that livery. So he decided to bring it back, hoping to have a little bit of the luck rub off on the current season 5 years later and get himself another win.
And the old Hooters, been there for ages. First one I went to was
I don't even know if they exist anymore.
Well, there was one in Panama when I was living in Panama.
I believe Hooters went bankrupt, though, if I remember correctly.
Probably have. Maybe no, yeah. There's a good little battle at the moment there for Noel and Brandon. Lachlan, side by side. Oh, and another caution. I'm not sure who that is for. There's a 24th thing. No. Eric.
Ooh. Eric Stuber. 125? Okay, yeah, okay. Some of these guys have their own numbers on their car, which throws everything off for us. But we'll figure it out.
It's a little bit
getting used to all the new guys too.
A little bit of a pet peeve here up here for us. It makes it very difficult for us to look at something in live timing and then the cars don't match, the liveries don't match. But it's a throwback, so perhaps some of those numbers are going to be a little different for that throwback. And you can see the contact there. That caused it. And then just backs into the fence just to make sure, damaged on the side, I might as well get damaged on the front. We see a lot of the other drivers heading to pit road right now, so these are the leaders for the first time they're coming in.
Yeah, and a few of the ones that have already been in. It looks like Blake Lewis already is in again. Seth Pegg, pretty much everybody coming on in here. It looks like trying to shore up whatever damage they can, as obviously a few of these guys have taken some damage. I think only our top 3-ish right now haven't had much for damage, but we will see. And you can see the pit lane very long here as you're kind of going halfway around the corner, almost onto the front stretch, just to get your way out.
Yeah, you can see. I have to move the camera actually. Look on by. It's really hazy here this evening. It must be using some similar to real racing conditions as everybody's jumping out of speed. I looked at that weather before as well too, my friend. It's 95% humidity it was. There it is. Wow. So.
Ew. That sounds absolutely atrocious.
That's why you don't see there are a lot of people out there in the grandstands at the moment because they're just going, I feel like I'm glued to the seat.
That's just muggy.
Yep, that's absolutely muggy. I've been in that humidity before in Panama, because you're in the closer you get to the equator, the more. As we're seeing David heading down to pit road now. He didn't go down there the first time, but he elected to come down there now. It's only Brad Young that's stayed out now as the race leader, yet to come down to pit road. So he's still comfortable. Maybe saving those sets of tyres as well too. They'll come in handy a little bit later on in this race.
They definitely will, yeah. And as a comparative right now where I am, it is 56% humidity, which is pretty much nothing. But we're also under a smoke advisory because, well, half my country is on fire.
Really?
So fun times. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's pretty brutal in sort of the middle. Couple provinces, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, are pretty bad. Nova Scotia has been awful. They've lost quite a bit of areas to wildfires right now, so unfortunately not great. But
looking forward to our summer then, isn't it? Hopefully in Australia we used to get bad bushfires too, but apparently it might be a wet summer. It's been a very wet winter. Oh, well,
He actually had a wet
everything's
car
flipped
here.
upside down now, so you just don't even know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's been a lot of rain in this area of Canada, which has been weird. But so we haven't had too many fires here, but all the smoke is starting to float over. As we are, though, about to get green, it looks like Andrew Ziegler is going to take us away. And he gets a phenomenal jump, and apparently no one else wanted to go. So he just takes off. Alex Witt, unfortunately, a little bit stuck as he tries to get his way underneath. I believe that's Brad Young up just ahead of him. You can see the 083 car of Joshua Kuhn coming out just ahead of him. Now he's going to have Alex Witt's going to be in a very tricky spot as he's got to stay ahead of Brad Young, but also try and get his way past Joshua Kuhn. Is now he's not in the way, but unfortunately he just came out at a bad spot, and that's going to send Brad around. Not sure what happened there, but he is definitely now facing the wrong direction.
Well, Brad is yet to go on the pit stops in pit lane, but now he's going to be careful. Ooh. Now he's going to have to go to pit road for sure. So
that almost ended horribly.
Busy Bee Crafts, is it?
Yeah, Busy Bee Crafts. That is, I believe, their mother's, Billy Cooper. That is her craft store.
Ah, there you go. Mm-hmm. Let's have a look at what happened again on that one. As you're going to see it, I think that's 3 into... Oh, no, there's a bit of a gap there. There's going to be contact there. It's hard to say, isn't it? Who's turning into who at this? You'd kind of wonder if he thought that there... Couldn't obviously thought that there's a gap now. Think he turns in, yes. There's nowhere else for Kern to go at that point, as you could see.
No, I think Brad just kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brad just kind of started floating, getting ready for the corner, and didn't realize how close he was to...
Yeah.
Oh, that was close on that hit. Almost hitting a whole other vehicle on the inside there. That would have been not very fun. Thankfully, we did avoid that one.
So now we're under the actual track lights, so you can see illuminated. That's the reason why you're seeing some of those shadows there as well too. There's all everybody here at the cookout, all absolutely sweating. But, as you can see, like from the static cam, look, it's not the best of racing conditions as well too. That humidity and that temperature will be a little bit tricky for these drivers. It's already tricky enough to drive around this track, not to mention adding the element of track temperature there, 73, but humidity as well. Bit of a pain. Let's just get a rain shower as well too to really spice and dice things up.
Yes, NASCAR in the rain. What could go wrong?
Didn't they trial that?
I know they had wet tires. They tried to do it, and it just didn't really
on a road course work, wasn't it? Not a.
Yeah. They're not great. They're not awful. I mean, they're more useful than the wet tires in F1 since they just Okay. Not sure who that was that went just screaming by, but he is, as we see, TJ making his way out of pit lane there.
Yeah, let's go through some of these liveries then. At the moment, we're going to have a look at Andrew, who's now in the lead of this race there with the US Air Force on there. There's Alex that we saw. Oh, by the way, it's called... I had it up there for a second ago, actually, because nobody was helping me out in the chat on that one. Peak is the game.
Peak, right.
There's Ben at the Chili. Ride the Chili's, is it? Ride the Dente?
Ride the Dente, yeah. That's I believe that's a Chili's Miller Genuine Draft for Anthony
biggest gainer
Radel.
so far in this race at the moment, Anthony. Right here for the 21.
Up 24.
Yep. There's Brenton.
Don't know what Eris is.
And Knowles with a Van Halen logo. It looks to me like, doesn't it? It is.
And it's reflective, yeah. That's the Van Halens.
Joshua
Solid
here.
man. We have Hooters.
Before, the Hooters. Andrew of the Bush Light. Blake there with the throwback Coke. We got Coke and Coca-Cola here, 27 and 23. How's that for side by side? It's got the new Coke.
Nice little.
Away. Was that the Coke? That's the new Coke that they didn't like, I think. That failed Coca-Cola company, and they had to go back to the Coca-Cola Classic. Maybe.
I can see that.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. That's a lot of cars involved in that one too. That's about half the field, my friend. So you're going to be using up a lot of those fast repairs, but that's what happens when you have a little incident at the front of the field when everybody's all bunched up, aren't they? That it's just going to be inevitably causing an incident. Where did it all start? I think, was it around the... Hard to say.
Yeah. It looks like Radel just, from what it sounds like, is Radel spun in the tires on, he was in first gear instead of second and just kicked him around.
Yep, most of the field.
I mean, I don't really want to do it to him, but we could bring Brusso in. He would be, I'm sure, just loving everything right now. And I'm sure he's listening to this going, you pull me in, I swear I will spin you.
Spin the tires up. You're right on that one.
No. Oof.
And then it just becomes a car parking lot. But thankfully, not a lot of damage because they didn't get a chance to go up to full speed. So it'll just be mostly, you'd have to say, cosmetic for hopefully most of the drivers as well too, because they do, as you said, only got the one fast repair, but there's going to be a race of attrition, I'd say, here this evening for a lot of these drivers. It's about just seeing the checkered flag. It's about seeing Barney, because we're on lap 37, of course. We've still got a long way to go in this race, and some of these cars start to look pretty dinged up, mate.
Yeah, a few of these cars, I think, well, a good chunk of these cars are, have already used their fast repair too, so it's going to be very tricky. At this point, you're going to want to try and stay out of trouble, but when something like that happens, there's just not a whole lot you can do. It was kind of a very unfortunate situation, and with everyone sort of just spinning in front of you and not much you could do outside of that, so hopefully things get kind of cleaned up. Or Armin Brusso might have, a brain aneurysm, just a little bit. A few more gray hairs get added to himself. As it does start getting darker here, just a little bit.
Sorry, sir.
I was saying it's starting to get a little darker outside on the track there. Lights starting to come back on a little bit more as we are lap 38.
Now we haven't got to our stage break yet at lap 60. Not that we need to call a caution, because we've had 6 of them currently at the moment. 18 laps of this race have been a caution. Well, we do expect that. They started off very good, didn't they? I mean, I thought we got some good green flag racing under our belt at the start, but this is what happens when you re-rack and restack them. The drivers have to just remember, ease it in there, get those the temperature into those tires, and get back up to full speed, and then start racing. Really, sometimes with some of the leagues that I do, after a while, if they just can't get these race starts done, they end up forcing them single file, but that has to be done by race control. That's a live race control.
Technically, we kind of do. Armin Brusso and Noel Jackwitz sort of do it a little bit, but we'll see if that ends up happening as we are going back green. Looks like Ziegler is going to get the jump on Alex Witt as Jamelin also tucks in behind him. And we have to try to get into single file, cause the least amount of problems possible.
Yep. And that is
a couple hits further back. Ooh. And that's caution as Anthony Radel goes ground once again.
Yeah, I wonder if got contact there, Brad Young. I believe so. Ooh. Something up into the fence, wasn't it? And then caused a chain effect. Oh, no. It's
looks like
4 into the...
Yeah, the 4 of Joshua Keith just clipping Brad Young. And just Brad tried to keep it, but unfortunately just wasn't quite able. Once he got hit by a second car there. Almost had it, and then unfortunately the 110 of Brock Shirley tried to get around and collected Anthony Radel, and everybody just kind of ended up in a circle spinning around.
Yeah, Anthony's just staying out of trouble back here. He's like, okay, I've already been involved in a couple of incidents. Okay, I'm just going to go around the inside there. That's clever, I think, on the infield, but there's the only car that could probably hit him out there in the middle of nowhere, and there you go. Bob's your uncle, and that will put those drivers back into pit road as well too. And once again, when you go back to the situation where you're like, why are these drivers heading down the pit road every single lap? Well, they're trying to get some of those repairs out. Bit of duct tape and all that sort of stuff on the cars with their pit crews, whilst they're still trying to remain on that lead lap. Once again, they don't really want to go laps down if they can avoid it. If you look at the track map, which I'm going to show you currently at the moment on that top corner, so you can rest of the field down on the back stretch, all these drivers are going to stay in there as long as they possibly can to fix those repairs, and then jump out just before these drivers go put a lap on them. So that's the only way really, once you've used your fast repair, if you've used your fast repairs, to get the repair done on your car. See, now they'll all start getting ready to come out in a second while the drivers are exiting turn 4 soon. You want to get out ahead of that number 90, and most of them should. There they go, come back out. There you go. And that's how you get your repairs basically done here in NASCAR. So without going a lap down.
Yep, just hop in, hop out, hop in, hop out.
Yeah, cautions help you out with that, obviously, as you know, because you can get those repairs done. If you have a lot of green flag running and you've got some damage on your car and it's going to force you to be half a temp slower per lap or even more, then you're in a bit of trouble. But thankfully those cautions out there do help these drivers, but at the same time, because there's cautions too, there's a good chance if you're running at the back there, you're going to be slamming into all these cars parked all over the racetrack.
Yeah. And you definitely want to, stay out of as much trouble as you can. Obviously, it's a little tricky when people are going all crazy like. But, curious what's going on down there. Does it look like a car on the deep inside?
I think they just tried to get out of pit lane, but couldn't get out there ahead of the snake, so they have to back off and pick up the rest of the tail.
So we have the safety car come on in, so we are going to get racing once again. As we enter the restart zone, we are green, green, green. Andrew Ziegler does get himself back up into the lead. Noel Jackowitz just getting himself ahead of Andrew Champlin, and Alex Witt does take the lead right back over. Alex doing Alex things, as we know very well.
Yeah, because
Ziegler not wanting to give that one up.
Triples half the field as well too, alone. But that's iRacing's not everything. We got another caution. Looks like Calvin into the lady in black strap. If you call that.
Oh yeah. I guess we could discuss the lady in black and how that name came to be.
Oh no, it was contact. A push into the wall.
That's the 125. That should be Eric Stuber. Stuber.
And clever enough, just staying with the fence as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to give him credit for that. It's painful, obviously, to be involved in an incident, but by doing that, it didn't come back down in the inside of the field there and cause a problem for the other drivers. So hats off to Calvin Ross for that. It's not always easy, but once again, have a look at this from the chase cam. As you can see, there'll be a little contact there. So he'll go. Fence actually saves you at that point and then glues to it. Just remain stuck to that fence at the moment, as all those other cars. If he would have tried to correct that one and perhaps get out off the fence, then maybe he would have come back down. Probably would have turned that one into a 3-4 car accident.
Oh yeah, and that we obviously want to try and avoid doing that. So yeah, hats off to Cody Kern, or sorry, Calvin Ross, as he was able to do that.
Yeah, 8th caution here this evening as well too. So we do want to get to our stage break at some point at lap 60 that you'd mentioned. We've still got a long way racing to go. Also on a time schedule as well too in this race. So we'll have to see if they get through there. Lucky Dog will go to the number 56 car that just gets go back around. That's Rod Sizemore, who is still now back on the lead lap, actually, as you can see. So.
Yeah, great for him to get back on there. But yes, so the reason it is called the Lady in Black, there's two possible reasons that it's called Lady in Black. The main reason that is believed is largely due to it was the black asphalt when it was first being paved. That was originally, or part of one of the reasons that was theorized as to why it was called Lady in Black. So they would actually put the fresh asphalt on. Ooh, Anthony Riddle having a little fun getting out of pit lane there. They would put fresh asphalt on it, so it would be very black for race day. So it was nicknamed Lady in Black. Or the other reason that it was named the Lady in Black had to do with where did it go? The Hollywood's Most Beautiful Actress was the name. A German spy, Mata Hari, who was she was a exotic dancer that had the appeal of a Hollywood's Most Beautiful Actress, and she was nicknamed the Lady in Black. And because of how hard this track is, it's described as like a lady in black. It's very difficult to tame. So that was part of the reason of why that. So there's two different sort of theories as to why the name, but yeah, very interesting. As we are
called
off.
Yeah, they
green?
called it. They said, "Hang on, we're not going green." In the American accent. Hang on, we're not going green.
There you go. But yeah, the first time it was ever actually named the Lady in Black was in 1974. Which is kind of interesting. Very cool. By a man, what was it? Benny Phillips, I believe, or Phillips Benny? Benny Phillips. Yeah, he was the one that first called it the Lady in Black. In publication.
So we're just looking through some more of these liveries here. We've got a lot of Elite 2 racing drivers there, Eric and Brock. Dan's machine there. What's the Buckies? Brad Young we've seen a couple of times here this evening. Of course, Terry, first time there for the 10 Kelly Office Solutions. Calvin Ross. A little bit further back, we saw the little NBC Sports there. Other Elite 2 racing. I think that's David all around the place. That's Skull, Seth, and Dixie, Win Dixie. Yeah.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are back green. Goodness. I apparently missed the restart. I was looking up what Win Dixie is. Don't have that here. But it's a supermarket chain down in the States. Ooh, heavy hit out of, I believe that's Trenton Kimmel in his throwback livery, actually. As well in the 52, the Matco Tools. I believe in his situation, it was his first paint scheme he ever. Ooh.
Zachary, hold on to it. Into the fence. Might be okay for now. Shouldn't cause a caution at the moment. If we can get going.
Sure that steering wheel is pointed dead straight now.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it actually is. Wow. I didn't know. I expected it to be at a very different angle. Yes, Trenton Kimmel's throwback is the first ever paint scheme he ran when he joined this series. The Matco Tools.
Ooh, that's going to be
before he went to his. Ben Rue's trying to make a move on the outside, and you can see that front end of his little dinged up.
Yeah. Travis.
Oh. 111 there.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a triple.
Travis
777,
Plato.
it's triple one. Bang. It looked like he got hit up into the fence. No, he was always struggling with the fence at that point. This is all line too.
Yeah, he just tried to stay high, and unfortunately there was... Didn't have quite enough grip in those tires. Smashed into the wall a couple times. Looks like he might have gotten a little help at the end there, but... Yeah, it looks like he kind of made contact with the 110, or the 110 maybe made some contact, but... Oof. Hits the wall the second time, comes right across David Trogdon, and that will definitely send you around.
Yep. Sent a couple of drivers back into pit road as well to chip out some of those repairs, as we'd mentioned. I'd tell you it's going to be a race of attrition, isn't it? Because these cars start to look pretty banged up. What is on the front here? Oh yeah, it's the Coca-Cola.
It's the polar bear. The Coca-Cola bear.
Don't have them down Australia, my friend.
You don't have polar bears in Australia.
No,
Color me shocked and surprised. Though, to make it fun for anyone, we've got a few, one or two. I think we're the home of the polar bears. Though, fun story, for those who don't know, what you do have that we don't is penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we do.
You guys actually do have penguins in Australia. Yeah, well, no one wants drop bears. Them and koalas, basically very similar.
What if Seth has a drop bear on the back of in the back of his car at the moment? That's just Seth. There you go. Where's that drop bear sitting in the back? Might be running a shotgun with him. Tim got the Victoria Bitter there as well, which is a beer in Australia that we drink. That's right, we don't drink Fosters in Australia. Everybody seems to think. I don't think you'd never spot an Aussie drinking Fosters. No,
you drink. The only people drinking Fosters are the ones that are there for vacation.
Yeah,
the tourists. I think that's what you do.
First time I saw somebody actually ever drinking a Fosters is when I was in New York. This guy ordered up at the bar and was like, I was sitting there going, "Are you drinking Fosters, mate?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, he's going, "Oh, you're Australian, yeah." You must like this beer. I'm like, "No, mate, we don't drink it."
No, no, it's bad.
Well, it's not we don't like it. It's just that we got other beers and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
it's although I have a bone to pick with Seth anyways, but we'll get into that later as we are well, not so much a bone to pick, but we chatted about his sports livery, and he was going to run a St. Kilda AFL
team
livery. Yep. And I told him he needs to throw the Adelaide Crows one on there.
Oh yeah.
That way he can get a win, and he said he's not allowed to represent South Australia
Where's
footy
Seth
team.
from?
I think he's in Melbourne.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he wouldn't be. No, he wouldn't be doing that then. Yeah. That's.
He didn't win, so
should
he have done it?
Yeah. He'd have to do something from Melbourne.
Green flag.
Team. There's a couple of AFL teams down there in Melbourne. Green flag
Yes.
again. Only 7 to go at the end of stage 1, so we will go to another caution again, but we'll get there before.
Swick does get a great jump. Noel Jekowitz actually slides underneath Andrew Ziegler, and lots of cars hitting the wall on the back straight there. We are going to be continuing. Oh, it is New Coke. Look at that. Because we're on board with Dan Michelle. And there goes McLaughlin, and the 125, and the 16 of Blake Lewis.
Knew that was going to happen. Racing. Well, they're getting racing at the end of the stage, but that's understandable. But you weren't really up to full speed yet, you'd have to say.
This will count as stage.
Yeah.
So this is, he just announced it. And Akira, who doesn't have a bone to pick with Seth? I mean, fair. I did get to make a little bit of or not so much make it anything negative. It was just randomly I actually ran into Nick Rewalt, who's apparently St. Kilda legend, while in Austin, Texas, playing Australian rules footy. So figure that one out. And Mason Cox.
Max Headroom, whatever his name is.
Oh.
Yeah, from the MTV days. Yeah, that's the new Coke formula that didn't work, and they had to go back to the classic Coke. As we're going to see drivers head in pit road.
Yeah, we'll bring in Alex Witt here, as he did get the W. We'll let him get into his pit box here before we bring him in. Last thing we want to do is cause him to completely miss his pit box. Oh, shenanigans on pit lane 2.
Is he the only car that's not dinged up in the moment? Or one of?
I'm pretty sure I think it's him, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't see any damage on. But we should not jinx him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's peak.
All right.
That's right.
We will quickly bring Alex in here, as he is safely in his pit box and has no problem now. Alex, how's it going out there?
Yeah, it's a little slow to get started here, so hopefully things will clean up pretty soon. We can get some green flag running in.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely make the laps go faster if you're able to get some green flag running in. How's the car feeling? You think you're the only one not completely dinged up? So other than tires, any other problems, or is it just now focusing on trying to keep tires and fuel under control?
Yeah, I think it's just gonna try to keep the tires under it for as long as possible and keep out of whatever wrecks or anything goes on ahead at this point, and just try to keep it clean if we can.
So you're praying for a good solid restart here, because you're kind of in the middle, which definitely don't want to be.
Yeah, looking to just keep the nose clean here. I know I'll have a speed advantage on the cars ahead, so just don't do anything crazy. Don't bend the car right here if I can help it.
Yeah, you're one of the only cars that we notice out there that has no damage, at least cosmetic damage, onto your car. And I saw we eventually figured out it was peak again. Have you guys ever conquered the peak, actually, on a side note?
Yeah, a bunch.
Okay.
Haven't finished all the ascents yet, but probably peaked about 20 times, I think.
All right. You reckon you can finish this one and climb the mountain and take the race win?
I hope so. It definitely feels like entering the kiln right here, so gonna try not to fall into the lava.
I will take your word for it. I have not played it, but we'll let you back into your chat, and hopefully we'll be chatting with you at the end of the race as well.
Hope so.
All right, and that was Alex Witt, as he did have the lead. Now we will be coming out of this one with Anthony Radel actually up in the lead, as he did get a lap back, and he's going to take us away from the start-finish line, the restart zone. It looks like we do have also Calvin Ross and Ben Ruse just behind him. Travis Plato a little further back, as we get away pretty clean. And we can start our puffs of smoke further back. That was definitely not how you're wanting to do that.
Yeah, look at that. They're copying each other into the wall as well, to all the drivers into turns 3 and the exit of 4.
I think that needs to be studied.
Yeah.
Because it happens a lot where drivers will be behind somebody and will watch them hit the wall, and they just also drive directly into the wall.
I get a feeling, because that's generally what happens when drivers do it, of course, in real life too, because they're following the other driver's racing line, and of course the driver that you're following makes a mistake. So good. Usually a lot more on road courses than it does in ovals, but still, that's signs of it. Accident in the background.
Ooh, there it goes. Yep, that's Calvin Ross and Dan Michelle further back. I assume that's...
I think we're green still. Nope.
There we go.
Cody and Dan.
Yeah, I'm just curious what happened with that, because it looked like Dan just spun down, but I'm not sure if he was helped or if he just drove right in.
Yeah, we'll have to get back on that one a little bit, because I think it's
Ooh,
coming
looks like he
defensive,
clips...
Yeah.
Oh, nope.
It's up the
That was
road.
actually Cody Kern lost it
Yeah.
on the inside, sent Rod Sizemore up into the wall, and Dan Michelle was there, and then Dan came back down and gave Cody Kern another bump. So Cody both started and finished that one. Yeah, just
there it
got
is.
a little squirrely. Yeah, got a little squirrely coming out of 4, or in the middle of 4 there, and that's all she wrote.
Is it amazing how cars are almost like magnets sometimes when they have an incident that's further away, and then they have the incident, and then they manage to come together back on track again?
It's always it's always very interesting to see that. Yeah. Yeah, it's very weird how it almost seems like you said, they're almost magnetized to each other to just send it right into each other. Find the car nearest and take them with you, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It's very, very interesting, very odd. As we are now on lap 63 of 125. As everyone is diving back into the pits, even though we had just pit.
Yeah.
So some damage repairs for people, as you can see, quite a few, especially on that left, our left, but their right-hand side. A lot of people with some dings, bent-in front fenders, hoods not fitting properly anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of curvature going on the car body there, all the way across. That's it's a tough track for sure.
It's about a third of the cars that we started this race with are in pit road at the moment, still chipping out those repairs. Well, believe it or not, because we've had so many cautions, a lot of these cars are still on that lead lap, which is amazing. We still see 19 or so cars that are on the lead lap. These cars can get back out ahead as well too. We'll continue to have some more cars. So that's the interesting. We did have our stage break already. We did speak to our stage break winner, who's Alex, is currently running P4 now. That's why you might have seen that it was declared that the stage was going to be at lap 60. We ended up doing like lap 58 or something like that, wasn't it? Because of the earlier caution before the end of the stage break. Now it's just sprint to the end, but we're just on halfway through the race distance as well. So there you go.
I feel like sprint to the end might not be the case here. Slow and steady wins the race, I guess.
Predictions out there for cautions, because we're at 11 now, and we're halfway through the race. So that's, if we're looking on the average of cautions we've been having, that's 20 odd cautions. I'm not even sure what the record is I've ever broadcasted a race
on
for.
This, we've hit 19, I believe it was, at Dover, I think it was.
Okay, we could be looking at breaking that record. Hopefully not. We'll see.
Oh, I really don't want to break that record. Actually, more impressively, I guess, what I find very impressive is the fact that we've only lost 2 drivers so far.
Yeah.
With how much damage we've seen and how many repairs and cautions, we've only lost 2 drivers.
And just the fact is, too, of course, remember, most of these drivers in the field may have used their fast repair. Some of them might have just, honestly, in tracks like Darlington, stuff like that, mate, I would save your fast repair. If your damage is minimal and you can fix it with all those cautions we've been having. Because of the fact that late in this race, if a lot of drivers have used up their fast repairs, you've got one up your sleeve. That's like your Monopoly get out of jail free card, isn't it? Like that can, and that's where you can challenge for the race win and make it count. So, Alex up in a P3 at the moment. Oh, that's the 20.
That's going to be a caution. Yeah.
Yep.
I think Calvin and Alex actually got connected a little bit on that one. We'll have to see how that plays out. But it looked like the... Ooh, and the 110 a little further back there of Brock Shirley also finding a wall. But we'll have to see. I'm not sure if that was...
No, 20 got
he clips the wall.
Yeah.
Tries to avoid Noel Jakowitz, and unfortunately is kind of connected to the wall. That's the other thing that sort of happens. Oh, I don't actually know if he even made contact. It looks like a little bit of net code, but we'll have to see from a different angle there.
Oh, it was so close. This is what Alex was talking about, wasn't it? He's like just keeping it clean somehow. He's like, and that was a moment that could have turned Alex around, which would have been maybe a bit of a high-speed incident as well. That would have had to use him to be damaged for the first time this evening. But there it is. First contact with the wall, second contact with the ball, and then There was a
Yeah,
little bit of
netcode.
contact with that net code, yep. And then, obviously, that almost turned 2 cars as well, too, of his nose. But luckily enough, they managed to squeak on by. And then, of course, you had Brock in the background.
I think Brock just kind of turns himself on that one, unfortunately. Oh, no, he gets definitely turned.
Yeah.
That's the 27 there, and that would be Blake Lewis that they connect up with.
Yeah, 2 separate incidents, really, happening at the same...
And then Dan kind of gives him a little bit of a push. Trent Kimmel just fully out of there, wants nothing to do with it.
He's doing the best to try to save it. Which does save it from the fence. Not bad at all.
I thought he clipped
More
the
drivers
fence,
back
but,
down to pit road. We're getting to the stage, my friend, where we're having about half the field going down to pit road every single caution.
Yeah,
And that's not for tyres or gasoline, because that'll be for repairs.
Yeah. Oh man, it's very unfortunate with how many repairs, but hey, you gotta get what you can done. Keep your car moving as best you can. That's gonna be your biggest kind of hope to survive this race, is dinging out whatever little bit of damage you can, whether it's using a sledgehammer, duct tape sheets, rip the hood off and just drive that. Gotta do what you gotta do.
The two of the BSPD teammates there of Zachary Lewis and Sawagawa are retired from this race, but the rest of the field are in it, I believe, still. So that's pretty impressive for the first race of the season. Speaking of, well, real quickly, of course, we'll go over how our season's panning out, my friend. This is the first round.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is an outlier on this one, because we definitely will want this to be a little cleaner going forward, as we are on caution number 12, lap 69 of 125. So I'm hoping this is the outlier race, the early one, shaking the rust off, if you will.
Let's see him go to the iRacing Super Speedway, but nobody ever seems to do that too often.
Yeah, it's not my favorite track, but I honestly don't know.
Anyway, but yeah. So, of course, a couple of Talladega in there. No Daytona.
No, I think it's no Daytona. As we are back underway, green. Noel Jackowitz does get a great jump. Alex Witt, though, is going to be hunting down Andrew Jamelin just behind him as well. I believe the WWT Raceway has been replaced as well.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. They had a vote. Oh, no, it was New Hampshire. That's what got replaced.
Oh, what an exit speed out of the corner there as they got a little bit of trading paints. And Travis is going to look on from that one. The Zyga teammates, well, siblings. Am I not mistaken on that one? I hope so.
Yeah, siblings, yeah. As far as I know. Yeah, so I'm incorrect. New Hampshire, so September 23rd, we're going to Michigan instead of New Hampshire, which is originally going to be where we were. So hopefully, yeah, things will be a little less scary over the next little while, though we do have a very fun one for Bristol. I don't know if you saw what the theme is going to be for Bristol Motor Speedway.
Travis
Conspiracy theory. Ooh.
Travis was getting out of that one. I think he was completely lifting off there. I don't know if he was going to be heading down a pit road or something, but he was getting out of that. But at least he did it before we saw this incident occur right now. Yeah, he was a bit dinged up at the front. No, it's not too bad, you'd have to say. For, Brusso.
Brusso getting a little dinged, unfortunately, but still moving forward. But yeah, Bristol is going to be conspiracy theory night. So everyone's going to be in their favorite conspiracy theory livery.
Ah.
Very kind of happy it's going to be you with me here.
Bang.
Ooh. And the 27 and Dan Michelle get connected. So Calvin Ross, unfortunately, connecting with Brusso and leading to a little bit of an accordion effect in taking a couple people some damage.
I love the
would've
rims. Don't they look nice?
Mm-hmm. The red there.
Yeah. Especially and it slows down as well. But there you go. So more drivers back into pit road again, as we'd expect. Probably half the field. Still chipping out those repairs. Noel in the lead in the, as we'd mentioned, the Van Halen. There you go. Here's some Van Halen's songs for you. Go ahead and jump, my friend.
Would been feeling a little hot for teacher.
What's your favourite songs?
Hot
That's one for the chat as well. Give us a chat.
Classic.
Make sure you give us a like and subscribe as well too. And if you want any information to be a part of the BSC Racing group there, and click all the information in the description. And then shout out what's your favorite Van Halen songs? Songs?
I do love their random shout out in Tenacious D. So I don't know if you've ever watched that movie. Very funny. Jack Black, Kyle Gass.
I haven't watched it in ages, but I have seen it.
Oh, yeah. The when they're learning the history of the pick of destiny, and the guy's he's talking about it, and he's like, yeah, and he flicks the pick into the crowd, and it's caught by a guy named Eddie, and the guy look Eddie Van Halen. Ben Stiller had a phenomenal. He was great in that, but yeah, no, it was a very good band, very very fun. Some Panama.
Oh yeah, yep. Everybody thinks it's about the country Panama, of course, but it's not. It's about the girl Panama.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's another great one. I was going to say, I wish I could play some little Van Halen sounds on my soundboard here, but we get done for our copyrights on YouTube. Even if we were to probably sing it in karaoke sometimes these days, you come up with, that's copyright. You're not allowed to do that.
Oh, yeah.
That's why cover bands can't monetize their... there's a big popular Australian cover band, actually. It's got over 1 million plus subscribers and stuff like that, but they can't monetize any of their songs, of course, on YouTube. But they do tours now, even in the States. They're from Adelaide.
Oh. Who?
The Henley Street Road, or whatever it is. Yeah, in the chat right now, that one. Very good cover band. They got different singers to do different songs, stuff like that too, and they're on tour. That's how they can make their money. Let's go racing again.
As we go once again, and Andrew Jamelin looks like he's trying to make a move up on the inside of Alex Witt, and might be able to hold it with just slightly ahead, as he is going to sort of slide down and keep him from doing so there. He does keep going. It was funny because you said, it's a cover band from Adelaide, and the moment you said that, I was looking at a band from Australia and who also happened to be from Adelaide. So I was like, we're talking about the same band, but I'm looking at The Beards.
Oh, The Beards.
The Beards, yep. Great song about if your dad doesn't have a beard, then you've got two mums. Classic. Yeah, my wife showed that to me, and I had a very good chuckle. But moving forward, our Van Halen Noel Jackowitz, as he is still holding on to the lead. Ooh, Anthony Riedel gets a little squirrely. He does save it, keep it out of the wall, keep it out of anyone else as well. He will keep moving forward.
Just to let everybody know how tricky it is driving these cars around Darlington.
Very tricky indeed, because it feels so much bigger than it really is. Like, it feels like it should be.
Well, it's like with the actual elevation changes.
Nope.
Oh, poor Brusso. He's already been in the walls a couple of times here this evening. Not too bad for steering.
Yeah. Very, very unfortunately, lot of these guys have steering, I'm sure, that's not quite
He's
straight.
trying to save it.
Oof.
And try to save it. And try to save it. And
Oh,
it's a
into the
little...
wall.
It's the little releases off the lock at the brakes, doesn't it? And then the car's just wanting to roll, of course. You wonder if he would have held on the brakes a little bit more, if it would have probably avoided hitting the fence, but that's easier said than done when we're up here. And he's trying to tame this wild number 11 car that's just out of control.
Yeah, rather unfortunately. He looks like a little stuck, though. And the hard thing is, too, if you slam on the brakes, you could end up just sliding more, too. Could have done so. Not bad trying to keep it out of the wall, but obviously sometimes it just doesn't quite go your way. As mad dash for half the field again. Coming into pit lane, hammer out a little bit of damage if they can.
Well, we are getting there on target for our caution to break our caution record at the moment. 14 now, cautions. 42 laps of this race have been under the caution flag.
And we have about 44 left to go.
Yes.
So we're a little over halfway of the or a little over half the race so far has been under caution. Unfortunately, we won't really want to have to deal with that very much this season. So hopefully that's this is, like I said, the one outlier.
Has led most of the laps of this race. Well, you'd have to say, yeah, because Alex did lead. We'll quickly show that.
Yeah,
Alex led 40 laps. Noel has led 16. So yeah, and so 43 laps have been led by the pace car.
Yeah, it's a fun story, actually. The pace car, the honorary pace car, was driven one year at COTA by The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was like, my first thought when I saw that was, why did they not use a truck, first of all? It was in, it's in Austin, Texas, where you're driving a car.
Why did they use a
but
hearse?
also, right? I was like, hey, you could have done something fun for The Undertaker, but also, how does he fit in a pace car? He's not a small guy. Like, he's 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", something like that. He's a big dude.
Yeah. And usually it's race drivers you don't want to have. You never really see really tall race drivers because it's just like it's too hard to fit them in Formula 1 cars and stuff like that. But even in cars like this as well too, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's why Esteban Ocon is like the weird.
Say 6'2" or something like that, isn't he? He's not that tall. 6'3", maybe. That's about the limits.
I don't remember.
That's how much room you have in your cockpit. Really? Formula 1 car. Back to green.
Oh, there's going to be big hits back there. Oh, there was about 4 or 5 of them that just absolutely slammed in the wall there. Rather unfortunately. He's only 6'1". Huh.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I think it was
Oliver Behrman's also 6'1".
Yeah, Ollie's pretty tall. Yeah, that's right. I'm 6'1", and I know that I'm not that much. Oh, bang. Anthony. Shouldn't call it a caution. Doesn't come up on the track there and we'll go too slow, keep that momentum going. We caught that one on board, so we didn't even get a replay of it. But we are going to see the 77 get into the 20, and that's going to be another caution. That's hard into the fence.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. A few more involved.
Oh, into the wall. I think that's the 111 that got collected a little bit there as well. Well, we're slowly chipping away.
20 gets in the fence, comes back down the 77. It's going to turn the 77, as you can see. And then It's a little bit of a pinball rebound effect for the rest of the drivers coming out of the corner flat out to really know where to go. I'm surprised that most of the drivers did avoid that. 41 unfortunately couldn't. Oh, you have to say for the... that's not the number one, isn't it? That's not Noel, but it had the mobile one.
The triple one.
The triple one, yeah.
Oh, the mobile one was, I believe that's Brusso.
Yeah, who's already involved in a couple of incidents. They're just trying to get back into the field there, you know. And this is... So Joseph was already kind of in the defence, wasn't he? And then this incident occurs, goes up there, gets tagged.
I don't think he made contact. I think he was just trying to avoid it and spun the car. I think it was the 111 that actually ends up getting contact. Travis Plato there. He hits the back end of the car there, unfortunately. And then he gets a little bit of a scrape. And then, you can see the cars all kind of around. And, he just catches Ben Ruse there.
Yeah. But then he still continues on, okay. You'd have to say.
It kind of weirdly, buffed out halfway through.
The steering's not really bent at that point because you got to remember, the drivers are on an angle like that. So you have to turn the steering wheel up to compensate for the elevation changes. Because if you just keep it straight in the middle, you'll just keep going all the way down to the very left-hand side into the fence.
But caution 15, in case we needed more. With 87 laps, so we have 45 laps under caution, so slowly making...
How are we going for race time? We should be, because we are capped on this race map. I think it might be capped closer to almost 3 hours, but you can probably see. You got...
We're over an hour, just hour 17. Lots of time left.
Yeah.
So we definitely will make it to the end. Just with how many cars and what condition they're going to be.
Yeah, it's just interesting to look at some of the damage on these cars. You can see a couple of them wiggling on steering wheel trying to get a little bit of tyre temperature into the fronts at least. Don't get too much tyre temperature in the rears until you hit this loud pedal. About, you'll see that line now.
Green flag, green flag.
Noel Jacquez does get a great jump as well. Alex Witt just doing what he can to kind of hold off Andrew Jamelin. I believe that's Aaron Ziegler. We were talking about his brother Andrew Ziegler, I think it is. The other Ziegler. The Zieglers.
Yeah.
So we were talking about him quite a bit at the beginning. Brother swapping with brother apparently, as now we have Aaron Ziegler up at near the front here. Not nearly as much. Calvin Ross doing donuts into the wall. And that will bring caution number 16.
Yeah, it looks like it was a solo accident. We kind of caught that one. There we go on board. Oh, well, maybe. Was it? Might have been contact. I'd say there was contact, yes. There's the 10.
That was just net code. Yeah, that was a big net code on the inside. There was a decent little gap there between the two cars, but unfortunately the net code will send Calvin Ross around, and I'm going to give Calvin Ross credit for still being out there because, man, that car has taken an absolute beating today. Yeah. Goodness.
Drivers coming in
our
to pit
leaders
road.
are all going to come in.
Yeah. These are scheduled stops. You also have to remember, as per the schedule you can see up there, only 45% fuel capacity, 5 sets of tyres. Some of these drivers would have definitely been going through some of those tyres here this evening, but some of these drivers... This is only, believe it or not, the third stop now for these drivers of Noel, Alex, Andrew, a few of the other drivers there. whereas most of the other field have been down there 6, 7, up to 11 times. I'm thinking seeing from Dan Michael. He's
13.
13 there from Joshua.
And Seth. Seth's in there 13 times.
And Blake. But believe it or not, they're out up the front at the moment. So
Which is incredible. Yeah. Seth trying to set a new record for us. Most pit stops in a single race. Seems like a weekly thing. He always seems to have like the most amount of pit stops on the track.
Oh, he's popular with the fans. He's got to get in there and sign some autographs.
Oh, exactly. He's sitting there. They just have a stack for him. They come in, and as they're doing stuff, he's just signing it real quick, chucks it out the window, keeps going.
Got to get one of those little cannons that they shoot out the T-shirts with at the sporting events, and he can just shoot out little posters of his autograph to the crowd as you drive past under the pace car. There you go. There you go, NASCAR. Have a listen to me for some marking. They have these little things that are in the the other side of the window or whatever, and they can just pop down and shoot it out into the fans. As
full
as the cars,
speed.
No, but under pace car conditions, and so the fans will be loving to catch it, out there. And say, oh, here you go. I've got myself some signed merchandise, some signed merch.
The catch fence might cause an issue for that, but
that's true.
We'll figure it out.
Well,
Just gotta lob it.
Lob it over the catch fence.
Everyone has to single file right on the apron, so you can shoot it over top of the catch fences, and only in the corners though too. We have, especially at Daytona, when you have the big degree lean on the corners there.
Do you remember the IndyCar race a couple of years ago? Was it when the wheel came loose and went right up into the car park?
Oh, shot into the crowd? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not into the crowd, but into the.
Thankfully, the only gap between a massive grandstand, like a second later, would have gone straight in the grandstand. It would have been pretty devastating. But went out in the car park and smashed. I think somebody offered to pay, because you kind of wonder if your insurance company would be like, call them up, going, I need my car insurance. So they say, what for? An IndyCar tire hit my car. I'm like, yeah, right.
Green flag, green flag.
And you go,
right?
Put it on video. It's on national television.
As we are back underway, David Trogdon up in the lead. Yeah. I'd be curious about that, because it's the same thing. Like, and we're gonna be cautioned again. There it is. Yeah. I'd be curious about that, because I know in the MLB, especially in Boston, if you're at the Fenway Park, I know it's happened before. The most recent one I can think of is Vladimir Guerrero hit a home run over the Green Monster into the car park on the other side of the road and smashed into someone's windshield. And they got it on camera, like on TV and everything. So it's like,
I think I think sometimes some of the from the players or the team might actually pay for it. Just as a nice gesture. I'm not quite sure if that actually happened in the IndyCar thing too. If either Indy or the teams or some of that paid for it, but I wouldn't be surprised if the baseball clubs or the player, especially the ones that are millions of dollar salaries, don't say, yeah, I'll pay for that. That's like 10 grand or something like that. To them, that's pocket change.
I'm curious. I'm going to look it up. They didn't fix it. They just straight up replaced it.
What, the car?
Yeah, so the IndyCar, Penske Entertainment, owner of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, replaced the car of Robin Matthews, and they gave her a brand new vehicle to replace her Chevy Cruze.
There you go. Okay, I thought that the teams did that for that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because it's on television. It's people want to be curious about it. They'll probably look it up and all that sort of stuff, and then you'd be a sign of good gesture. I'm surprised they don't have the tethers like they do in Formula 1. Actually, you saw the incident there.
I think they do. Right. I'm pretty sure they do. It's fully snapped. Like everything tore. Okay. It was just not. She actually got a huge upgrade too.
They don't.
She had a Chevy
speeds too that IndyCar do, so I'm not surprised.
Yes. Yeah. She has a Chevy Cruze, got replaced by a Chevy Equinox. Nice little upgrade, too. Now, because you have Chevy, of course, and, in
American motorsport and stuff like that, what if you had, a different car? If you had, a foreign car? or something like that. If you had a Porsche
Driving
or
a Mercedes,
like
they're like, too
or a
bad.
Mercedes are like, sorry, mate. No Mercedes in our motor racing over here, mate.
Yeah, she had a 2012, because obviously this wasn't this year, so she had a 2012 Chevy Cruze and got a 2023, so obviously this was a couple years ago, Chevy Equinox. I wonder if they made her keep the logos and stuff, because it actually has Indy 500 on it and says like Chevy official vehicle, has Chevrolet on the front windshield. Like, I wonder if she had to keep that, because they show a video of her driving away with it, but
you would want to keep it because the resale value would go through the roof now that you've had that.
yeah, I'd be curious,
because
but,
it's
like,
a rare
if you're
one of a
planning to
kind
just
car.
keep it.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah, that's very true.
probably even got some signed
Interesting.
autographs and all that sort of stuff too. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure she did. Yes.
Here we go, lap 96, 30 to go now, which should go pretty quickly if we get some green flag running. But we are up our 17th caution, getting very close to that record. You said it was 19, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. As we are about to go green.
Green, green, green.
And Anthony Riddle does get himself a good jump. Andrew Ziegler falling in behind there. We do have Cody Kern, Cody Kern and Brad Young. Alex Witt trying to keep his nose clean, as obviously he, a couple hits further back. Interesting. Okay, so in baseball at the Fenway Park, they actually don't typically cover it.
Oh.
No requirement for the team to pay. So the team is not legally obligated, but it has happened where some players, like Jaron Duran hit a home run in April and went over and smashed the windshield of the person's car. So he actually met up with them and covered the repairs. But it's an actual, it's one of those things with it. It's like, too bad.
Yeah, I would have thought that the players would, but it's obviously out of the players' pockets, As Alex is going to look at making his way past Brad Young.
He just zips by Brad Young.
Yeah, you actually want to probably getting to start moving at the moment for these drivers. Oh, that's going to be a good save.
Very good save. And he keeps it from having a caution. Great job by Andrew Ziegler. He does manage to keep his car pointed in the right direction.
Keep a bunch of muscle in a bit. Trying to get back up to full speed. Well, now they're going to be chipping through these laps pretty quickly. We're down to 26. This is when you are going to start to make a move, which is what Alex is doing. I think he realises that, hey, if we don't get another... Well, spoken, but too soon. We do get another caution.
Yeah, normally we would bring Brusso in at some point during the race, and I don't think we're going to today because, he's just not having a good one. But that'll be caution number 18. See what happens here.
I think it's...
Ooh, he hits the wall and spins, actually. And then, unfortunately for... I think that's Eric. Just not able to get out of the way. Good on everyone else to dive down and get out of there and survive another day.
That's a hard licking the fence too. That's the reason why he couldn't save it. Just the momentum of that might have pulled up the car a bit too. Here we go. So Andrew's going to go down. David's going to go down. This could be potentially the last pit stop for some of these drivers. 45% tank capacity, but that should be, if you filled up, it should be fine to go. I think the thing is too, if you do get a couple of cautions, then you are saving fuel too much under the caution car, but it's going to be a situation of who wants to take a gamble too to put the 4 freshies on. If you've got 4 freshies waiting down there in pit lane for you, that makes a huge difference here under some good late green flag racing, because you're going to have that grip that you can find up in the inside there to get the overtakes done. A lot of people will start hanging up around towards the wall, you see, when they're single file. And to go up on the inside there, you have to trust that the car's not going to slide into who you're trying to overtake. So, last of these drivers, I'll show you the last pit laps that a lot of these drivers have gone down. I can't actually, my apologies. I had to repaste the tower. And anyway, we'll mention it out there. Lap 84 for Anthony here in the lead. 85 there for Cody. Alex went down to lap 90, as well as a couple other lap 90s of Kimmel, Aaron, Joshua Kern there, TJ, a few more. So you're talking only about 5 or 6 lap difference, pit lap difference between any of these drivers at the front. So not too much of a difference there. But who's got the freshies or not, we don't really know, do we? Because there's been so much pit stops in this race that we don't know if they're chipping out repairs or if they did put tyres on.
Yeah, that was it's hard to kind of guess. I mean, we can kind of take a look at their pit stop time and sort of try and see. It looks like Trenton Kimmel did not take tires on his last stop. Alex Witt might have taken one side as he had a 10-second pit stop, which is normally you're looking around 15 seconds for a full 4 tires, but 10 is a very interesting number. Normally for just fuel it's 6 to 8 sort of seconds, and so he might have taken 2, something along those lines.
Yeah, very
he has a
possible.
real
You don't
fast
have to
pit
take
crew.
all 4. That's right, you can take 2 if you want. You can't take 1
It's not
or 3.
not endurance racing where you mix and match too. You can have like hards on the left side and softs on the right, or one hard on the front and soft on the back. It's crazy what they can do.
Only 1 tyre compound too in NASCAR. I think it's interesting to introduce the harder or softer, or the primary like they do in IndyCar. Oh, there's another one.
Gonna be a caution.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Bruce took another hit. Oh, there's another hit there.
A few tires.
Oh man.
Pit lane there too. So where did this start? Oh, well, the 9's lost it. But then
that
there's
would
the
be
pile
Ziegler.
up. Yeah. There. Just kind of lost it on the exit, isn't it? Remember, they weren't even really up to full speed yet, or temperature. And then you've got this just kerfumble of cars. And, well, that's going to put them all to the back of the field too, as well. And, well, now this is the kind of thing I was talking to you about, my friend. If you've saved any of those fast repairs, kept them up the sleeve there, well, now's the time to use them. 19th.
Yeah, definitely. If you have one, you might as well. And it's not like there's a whole lot of reason not to. But it's getting a little interesting. Have 19 cautions, so we've tied it. We're getting 20. It's gonna break our fun record, which, to be honest, I'm pretty sure we all were hoping not to have, but we do.
How's that for a gainer here this evening? Almost from the outhouse to the penthouse of Anthony.
Yeah,
because he's up.
Quite a few gainers too. We've got
7.
Yeah, he's up 27. Plato up 16. Calvin Ross 11. Eric's up 14. Trenton Kimmel up 13. Brad Young up 11. Alex Witt down 1. Nothing like being P2 and having lost positions.
Well, surviving or everything this evening
Yes.
as well. So, as I said, it's going to be a race of attrition. Although the retirement, thankfully, not as many retirements as what you would expect usually sometimes. These drivers are a lot more patient than I know than a lot of other drivers are in a racing league. It's a little bit more fun. It's a lot more fun and not so less serious per se than I do, like Aussie NASCAR racing series, stuff like that, and they get pretty serious on because they're the best drivers in Australia as well too, so they get damage as well. They're not going to stay out. They're not going to chip those repairs out. They're just going to park it. But then again too, they're not going to have generally 20 cautions. I'm not to say that they don't have cautions in their races. Don't worry about that. Like, it can happen with the Coca-Cola E-Series too. You can give it sometimes a lot of cautions.
Yeah, the hope is usually to avoid that many cautions, but things happen.
Yeah. It is what it is. This is, we have to say, not a semi-beginners league as well too, isn't it? So you've got a lot of drivers who can get out there and give it a crack, have some fun. You don't have to be Coca-Cola esports driver to come and join the league here.
No, you won't. I feel like Alex could be up in there though. He's just at 400 or 4,000 I rating. Nice and high.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Here we go. 18 to go. Just going to wonder when Alex is going to start doing his charging as well too, right? So try to bring it to Anthony here. Oh! There's your elbows out, my friend. Three wide.
It does. No, not what you want to do. 3 wide in Darlington's not very fun. Though somehow got through it unscathed, which is not bad. We'll take it.
Oh, that's going to be coming up. He's there, my friend. He's there. You're not going to be able to clear him yet. Your spotters should be on there going, not clear, not clear, not clear.
I'm pretty sure every car hit the wall there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can keep calling it the Darlington stripe. Is it now? Have we hit the point where it's just the Darlington chunk?
Yeah.
Oh, and caution flag. Oh,
Lewis.
a few cars. Yeah, Lewis looks like 4 car. That's Joshua Keith.
I get a sneaking suspicion this race may end under a caution, so you want to be up that front pretty quickly if you can. I think that's some of the reasons why you're seeing that 3 wide, my friend, because everybody's just trying to scramble for a track position, knowing that the caution is going to be approaching pretty quickly. And so this is these are some of the cars. Remember, they had to slow down after they exited the corner, and comes back up, bang. You kind of would think some of the drivers might just say they're re-entering the track after going down in the infield because they've, just saved it out of the previous turn, and that you got to think some of those drivers have just got to lift off, don't they, and just allow to get everybody back up at the pace there, because the 4s come back after coming down on the infield, so the pace speed is really off. I think at the moment you thought he was clear, and he wasn't, and they've just come into each other. Because if you got to go back here, because there's a lot of stuff that happened before that, isn't it? I mean, you got here coming out forward. There might probably be contact here as well too on the exit. They're just slowing down. There's contact there anyway. They're going in the infield here, so they've had to lift off. We've got more charging cars coming through behind at this point as well. And then they thought they
it hits the wall. Yeah. Oh, it's been interesting.
Yeah, a bit of fatigue's going to start kicking in too with these drivers as well too, because we're what are we? In the US, on the East Coast, you're looking at nearly 10 p.m. on a work night as well. So, drivers been out there for a couple of hours now, if not even more with practice, remember, qualifying and all that sort of jazz. So everybody will be getting a little antsy now to get this one over with. But we still have 13 laps to go once we go green flag racing here. Alex has got to keep Anthony here in his professional vision. We won't let him get too far up the road, because good chance that this race could end under a caution, and then he will have no chance of doing any overtakes. to win the race.
Yeah, he's done a great job keeping his nose clean, and yeah, Anthony Radel, if he's able to get a good jump, which he has been doing pretty well on, kind of taking those jumps out, but Witt definitely knows how to turn the pace up, so we'll see how it ends up playing out here as we do have the pace car back in. Turn up the Witt. Hope the car looked good at least. Oh no, TJ, that's it for yourself. Yeah, let's say.
Oh, nice little block there from Anthony. Just making it.
Yeah, he got up clean.
Yeah.
We'll see what Witt's able to do. Oh, there's spinning in the background.
That's another big one as well.
Oh,
too early, gentlemen. Too early. That's probably 3 wide action, I'd imagine, at the back there, and they're still wrecking. It's a little too early. You can understand they do want to get some overtakes done, but that's just common. Contact front fender to rear fender, goes around, nowhere else for everybody else to go.
Oh, and then dad hits son. TJ says too much damage. I feel like it's everyone in this car. This race right now has too much damage. I don't know how anybody is still driving. Yeah. Brad and Dan started it, and
yeah, it just turns down. You'd have to say the Bucky's car wasn't really moving. I have to say that Brad Young probably moved down a little bit into him, but we're not race control. We're not going to go through and evaluate the 20 or so incidents that have already happened in this race, of course. Well, that's just the 20 cautions. There's multiple incidents that happened. 21 cautions. We have broken the record. I did say that we're probably on target to get that 22, didn't we? We're probably still there to 11 or so laps to go. Is anybody going to go down, but if they've got fresh tyres available to them, you're going to give up this track position right now to get tyres? Probably not a good idea, is it?
No, I at this point, giving up track position, especially with the way we're going, there's a high chance we're not finishing under a green flag situation right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Seth Pegg. Hi, Kenton. Hi, Seth. How's it going? How's the race, buddy? You signing autographs in pit lane again?
Oh, that's Seth.
17 pit stops. Yeah, Biggles,
he's back out, so he's not signing anything.
Oh, he's gone. 17 pit stops for Seth today.
Wow. They're single file at the moment. Are they going to call a single file restart here? Oh, no, they're doubling up.
No, choose cone. Yeah.
Yep. So, can we get the 9 to go to wrap this race up with... I don't even want to show that race recap real quick there, how many cautions we had. Well, 21, but 63 laps. That's a whole stage break. We had 60 laps for stage 1. That's a whole stage. We've had literally a whole stage under caution. That's insane. Never had that before. Anyway, it makes up for all these fantastic flashback liveries, I think. It's a lot of eye candy.
It's given us something to talk about, which is good.
Still apologise, a little bit of a podcast, but there's not much racing going on. We don't have a great deal to talk about. And we're happy to chat with you in the chat as well, but hopefully right now we can focus on this motor racing.
Yeah, we got 9 laps of racing to go here, as we will be starting our next lap. Alex Witt and Anthony Radel going to see who gets off the line first. Radel does get a good jump. Is he going to be able to? Yes, he is able to sort of chop off Alex Witt and hold on to the lead for now. Alex Witt, though, we do know is very strong, so we'll see how this one keeps going. Oh, nope, and there's a caution. Yep, there goes the cars. Yep.
That won't do it yet. It might be. We don't have green white checkers, do we? We'll have to double check that one.
We do.
Oh, we do? Wow.
We do have green white.
Well, remember some of
I
these
think we
drivers
have-
haven't been in since lap 84, lap 90. They might be getting pretty close on fuel.
Yes.
What is the
And
fuel
it's,
capacity out there, Pat? Some of those drivers that have probably retired from the session, if they have or not, or if you're listening, of course, you can try them in.
TJ, you can tell
Yeah.
us.
What is your fuel capacity on green flag? But that's green flag running too. We are running in a lot of cautions. It'll stretch that out a lot further. Who is the accident caused by? It's further up, isn't it? Looks like it's the around here somewhere.
So I know, yeah, the 25 is involved. I don't.
Oh,
Oh, a
52
little bit of a
gets
squirrely
loose.
moment between the 52. Yeah. Connects the 25, and then they collect numerous other cars. And TJ, what is it calling for fuel wise in these guys with 45%?
Yeah, that's been
We're trying to assess if people are going to have to come into pit before green white checkers.
How many green white checkers? 3?
I think it's
30 laps.
3.
Oh,
It's
that's
2 or
fine.
3.
30 laps, give or
Yeah.
take. Yeah, that's plenty then. But, then again, we're on lap 120, and the race
Ooh, it's
leader,
about 30
eight-
laps.
went on lap 84. But we've had a lot of caution since then, so that's
Yes.
not, that would be 30 laps of green flag running, which we haven't had. Oh, almost we had at the start of the race. We almost had.
At the start, yes, we had 23, I think it was.
Yeah.
Pepperidge Farm remembers that, because God knows I don't. 65 laps. Pace
Well-
car still holding on to the lead
We do have admin box.
of most laps led. Yeah, we do have admin box, which would be very useful right now, considering how many times we've had to hit the yellow flag.
Pre-programmed commands. That'd be one for pit stops. Pit repairs. I'd set that one up. Pit repairs.
Yes. Oh, Blake Lewis and Seth Pegg now both on 17 pit stops.
Hang on, we're not going green.
We're not
Can
going green.
save heavy riding in 5th during cautions and clutching in. Yeah, it almost worked for me at Indy. That's right, I remember that. I think you ran out, what was it, 2 laps to go or something of the green-white checker for the 3rd green-white checker.
How's the weather? Yeah. It's pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's cleared
I
up,
lost a degree.
obviously, from that, but it's still
Oof.
95% humidity.
That's right, it was 0.5 of a lap left is what TJ needed for Indianapolis to get the win there. But he ran out of fuel.
With 5 or so laps to go.
We just need 5 laps. That's it. 5 laps. 5 clean laps. Let's go. We got
I wonder
this.
if Alex is not going to be liking this. Anthony will.
Oh, yeah.
race leader.
Radle's very happy.
Yeah, because he's like, okay, just continue to go like this, and there's nothing that Alex is going to be able to do. So Anthony's going to be a mastermind of race restarts right now. He's been doing it for so long now. It's just a matter of continuing to do that. Of course, he'll always have the advantage of getting that go first. Alex needs just probably 3 laps at best. It's very difficult to try to get the overtake, isn't it, into just 1 lap, considering they both went back on the pit lane last down a pit road on lap 84 and lap 90, but it was a 10-second pit stop for Alex, as you mentioned, so he might have only taken one side of tyres. But then again, we haven't had the green flag running as well. That's been so punishing on the tyres. So it's all topsy-turvy this race. Strategy, throw it out the door.
The strategy is non-existent anymore. I'm very curious because they do race win badges for each race based on where they raced in. So like Chicago had pizza on it, and the Indianapolis they have like Lego brick looking things. This one I'm pretty sure is just going to be a giant yellow flag.
Yes. Well, there's a giant green flag for now.
Green flag, green flag.
Few cars just getting out of the way. Oh
Whoa,
nope,
we got
and already.
Oh, we green
Nope.
still. Let it go.
I like it. I like it. Just, nope, too bad. No caution now. We'll see what Alex Wood is able to do here, and if Radel is able to hold him off.
He's got to go for it. He's got to go for it.
Smartly backs out. Oh, let Radel hit the wall. Radel's going sideways, and Witt is going to go screaming by him.
Wow. 3 laps to go now. That may cause a little bit of a pile up at the back there. Is it going to be caution? No, we're hoping for a caution. Alex will be loving a caution right now. Noel doesn't need one. He needs to try to steal P2. P1 might be a little bit out of reach right now, but then again, the way that they're slapping the fence, anything can happen, especially after the race leader's just gone out of this one. Well, he's still in the race, but he's dropped down.
Yeah, Witt is clear and clean. We can see Anthony Radel a little further back, but we do have this race between Noel Jackowitz and Cody Kern.
Gets it. I'm going to caution. Could be... Oh,
that's Radel, and that's going to hit another car.
I'd say that is night over, almost.
Oh,
that's a lot of damage.
Yep. I think that was Joshua Keith.
A little push from behind here. Oh, look at the back wheel. That's
it's not moving.
Push.
Yeah, and it looks like I think that's the 111 of Travis Toledo. I think his engine's gone. He's smoking.
Can't really see the wheel from here, but yeah.
Yeah, Radel's rear tire is not turning at all on the right side.
It's on the other side, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't control it anymore.
Oh, Radel hooked him. And that spun Radel up to the top, and then he gets just absolutely clipped. Oh, Brusso couldn't even see him.
Yeah, let's have a look what happened. So keep an eye on Radel. Remember, he was in the lead of this race with only a handful of laps to go. And then he just made a mistake on his own, didn't he? I don't think there was contact at all.
No, he just
a hard look in the fence, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he kind of carried too much speed coming out of 4 or out of 2 there. Or maybe it was 4 that because it looked like he got into it. Or maybe he saw Alex on the inside, tried to stay up high, and unfortunately just right into it. Did a great job of keeping it out of everyone else, but pinned himself to the wall a little bit. And
so the last pit stops perhaps for the rest of the drivers, some of them getting those repairs at the moment. Alex is now, this is going to be a possible opportunity here for Noel to try to steal this one away from Alex with the race lead. If he gets enough green flag racing, because that will have to be our first, that's our first green-white checkered, isn't it?
This will be, yeah.
Yep. So, if you'd like to explain to everybody the green-white checker situation at home.
So, green-white checkers are a very interesting little adjustment. Basically, it will restart the race with technically 3 laps to go, but once you cross the finish line, it will drop down to 2 laps to go. Once you get to the white flag, 1 lap to go, doesn't matter what happens anymore. If there's a caution after the white flag comes out, you will just continue on like nothing happened. So if you are the leader at that point, you are going to very much so love that. If you are not, it makes it a little trickier, but that's basically what's going to happen. I believe we have 3 of them. I could be wrong, but I think it's 3, and that will allow a few of these, but hopefully not, because we don't want to have to see another 4, 5, 8 laps of plus all the cautions in between there. So it will be a very interesting end to this. We'll hopefully be all good. Yeah, one of 3. So yeah, we'll have 3 green white checkers available. Hopefully, only need to use this one.
There's no caution before the white flag. We go, regardless of the crash behind.
Green Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
And we are back green, and that will allow Alex Witt to get a huge run. He is going to continue to take the lead. He has a huge gap there. Looks like Noel Jackowitz is going to cover off Cody Kern as well. David Trogdon just behind in that Skull Machine. He's up a few places as well. 8, it looks like, as he's going to be... Oh, I was going to say, as he's trying to get there, but he clips the wall. Alex Witt taking it.
That's it. With 1 to go. We are green to the end.
We are green to the end now. As Alex comes out on the final... Or comes into the final corners here of turn 3 and 4. Makes his way around. Noel Jackowitz hoping for another Darlington stripe out of Alex Witt, but I don't think he's going to get it, as Alex is going to come through and take the checkered flag. It'll also allow Cody Kern to grab P3, so it'll be Witt, Jackowitz, Kern for top 3 on this one. Great job from Alex, though. He managed to keep himself out of trouble.
Yeah.
As much as he could. So we'll hopefully, this is the one. Oh, there goes the donuts. Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for his donuts. But he had to get all the way around.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, hopefully this is an outlier. It should be. This is usually a little cleaner than this, but we'll see. But we have a new record. What was it? 22 cautions this race?
22, if I'm not mistaken.
22.
So,
oh, man. Rough day at the office
23.
for everyone involved. 23. Ooh, rough day for everybody.
Let's have a result.
As Alex does his little crawl here. So we will have, yes, our results pop up here. So Alex Witt will take the win. Noel Jackowitz in P2. Cody Kern in 3. David Trogdon in 4. Blake Lewis in 5. Andrew Jamelin in 6. Dan Michelle in 7. Seth Pegg in 8th. Joshua Keith in 9th. Trenton Kimmel in 10th. Brad Young in 11th. Ben Ruse in 12th. Aaron Ziegler in 13. Calvin Ross in 14. Joshua Kuhn in 15. Rod Sizemore in 16. Travis Plato in 17. Anthony Radel in 18th.
Yep, going through.
Armin Brusso in 19th, Eric Stuber in 20th, Brock Shirley in 21, Terry Spainhour in 22, TJ Spainhour in 23, Andrew Ziegler in 24, Brennan McLaughlin in 25, Joseph Dormus in 26, Zachary Lewis in 27, and Dustin Mooney in 28. So a very... Oh, and Sawyer Gara in 29. Sorry, Sawyer. Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate race for quite a few people. A lot more contact and unfortunate situations that I think anyone was really hoping for, but hopefully we'll be cleaner. But we will, with that, bring in our top 3. We will start with our P3 in Cody Kern. He had himself a fantastic race, stayed as much out of trouble as he could. Got a couple incidents, but battled his way back. Cody, tough one out there.
Yeah, Darlington's not easy to race around other cars, as evidenced by, I don't know, 97 cautions. And
only 23. Only 23. We're good.
It's real easy to get yourself in a bad spot where you just throttle up a little bit too much and end up in somebody, or a little bit of damage really throws the car out of whack and cause more incidents.
Well, it definitely did. I'm assuming it made it much harder to kind of get a strategy down. Did it just basically turn into survival mode, or were you kind of hoping for certain cautions to pop up, or was it just guesswork?
A little bit. Rado and I both pit very early, probably 15, 20 laps short of making it the entire distance. And we just kind of banked on cautions, so we didn't have to try to drive up through the field late, and it worked out. Had a few laps left at the end. So as much as I hated riding around pacing, I needed it.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, it worked out for you. You managed to get yourself up in the podium, which is always a good definitely a good start to the new season. You excited for the rest of this one? Got any big expectations for yourself, or just going to kind of play it by ear?
Plan is to talk to you a few more times. That's the real goal. Just have some clean races. Not what we just saw.
We're gonna pretty much
we're-
pretend that this didn't exist.
Exactly. We're all pretty defeated right now. Even though, as I sit here with a third place finish, it was a rough one.
Well, it was definitely I mean, our average lap time being 52 seconds across the board is pretty telling.
God. Oh, that is rough.
Yeah. So, but we will move on. Are you excited? Next week we head to. I should have had this memorized, but I didn't. Oh yeah, WWT Raceway. Who's excited
we'll
for
see
that?
on that one. Bristol's generally clean. Martinsville is not for us, so we'll see what Worldwide Technology brings. It's a little more spacious, so
yeah.
Hopefully
we have less problems.
Yes.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, once again, congratulations on P3. Anyone you wanted to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Shout out to the family watching, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds great. Have yourself a good night then.
Yep, we'll see you.
All right. With that, we will quickly bring in good old Noel Jackowitz. Tough sledding out there. Anything you did to kind of keep your mind engaged, or was it just TikTok on the side? Well, as the cautions rolled by.
I mean, yeah, could have read a book during that one, I guess. Man, I mean, part of it is like, yeah, racer participant me, and the other part is, you know, like league and admin type stuff. And on the race side, I do like the track. You know, it's very unique. It's a little too single lane for my taste, but it is fun to race. It's a tough one to drive, so it can be really fun. But yeah, league admin side says, what the hell was that? So a little outside the norm even for us.
So no, you probably would have went through your whole Van Halen playlist, wouldn't you, during that race?
I could have, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like I brought up with Cody there earlier. Yeah, the average lap time was about 52 seconds across the board. So
yeah,
lots of pacing.
I mean, I know we're known on occasion for having some pace races, but man, that one probably takes a cake for a while. So, admittedly, you know, first race of a new season and a handful of new people. So, you know, we can let some things slide, but we definitely got a lot to clean up, and we'll definitely get that cleaned up moving forward.
For sure. Well, you excited for WWT Raceway next week?
Man, we haven't raced it anywhere that was like Worldwide or New Hampshire in quite a while. So, it's shaped like Darlington, but my God, it doesn't race anything like it. So, we'll see. It should definitely be interesting. Probably a little smaller field size, but yeah, I'm hopeful. We'll call it hopeful for now. So,
we're cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds good. Well, anyone you wanted to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, we always got to do. Breakfast Club 1 too. So it doesn't happen super often. It's usually one or the other. Usually one a little more than the other, to be fair, you know. But hoping for some consistency, and thanks you guys for sticking it out. I know it was a bit of a slog, but again, we'll get it cleaned up and get some more green racing going.
Sounds fantastic. Well, once again, congratulations on P2, and hopefully we are having a chat with you again next week.
Yeah, appreciate it. See you guys.
So, all right, and with that, we will bring in our race winner. Alex, I assume the entire race for you was straight strategy. You had it pinned, knew exactly when cautions were going to be coming out, and you had it all set up, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used my magic 8 ball at the beginning there. I knew all of that was going to happen for sure. Yeah, that was a little crazy race there.
Yeah, and I see Dan Michelle already throwing some shade, saying he almost had you. As quite entertaining because, hold on, I got to scroll down to find where he ended up finishing. But other than that, near the end there, you and Ray will have a little bit of fun trying to duel it out for the top spot. Was it a little surprising that he was in that position after he had a few incidents, but battled his way back. Did you think you had the speed to get him, or were you kind of hoping he was going to make a mistake to let you slide by?
Yeah, no, I mean, he had speed, but I think I had a little bit pressure tires, I think, and just, I was hoping to get some green flag laps there because, you at least need to be able to get one lap in to really make an overtake. So I was just hoping for that. And then when that finally got that opportunity, definitely wanted to strike.
And you definitely did. You went flying by and didn't look back even after the next caution and then the green-white checkered. So obviously a tough one. You're looking a little more forward to next week?
I don't know. I don't have the track. So if I am there, it'll be a new experience. So I have no idea what to expect.
Fair enough. Well, anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to the Breakfast Club. Good showing, at least.
That's silver linings, right?
Well, Seth ended up finishing in P8 after all those earlier incidents too. So it's not bad.
Big Seth.
I think he had 17 pit stops too.
Yeah.
Which might be a record for
only Blake Lewis got one more with 18.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Blake Lewis got 18 then. There you go. Well, hopefully we are chatting with you again next week. Hopefully a lot less cautions, and we will.
Yeah, I think it almost has
forward.
to be less cautions. Should be much cleaner, I think.
Hopefully. Well, sounds good.
I hope.
Yeah. I hope too. It gets a little hard to talk about things after the 18th caution. But hopefully we'll see you again next week, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
All right, and with that, we will bring this one to a close. We're definitely going to turn the page and pray for cleaner things next week. We will be at a very interesting track. It's not very common that we usually end up at Worldwide Technologies Raceway. But it'll be different. It'll be fun. We'll see how it plays out, and hopefully a few less cautions and you don't have to hear our podcast as much. Biggles, anything before we let the broadcast go?
No, I think you called it. It's been an exhausting one, but you have those sometimes. Short track racing can be very, very exciting. It can be have a little bit of cautions and stuff like that. It's the first race of the season. Everybody's getting used to each other as well too. So a lot of new faces out there. As mentioned before too by the boss, it's something that they're going to sort out. But hey, that's it. I remember on a racing league probably about 2 years ago, they had the similar situation. I think we got up around 20 or something like that, and we thought, okay, a year later to 2 years later, it was sorted out, no problems, and they have some great short track races. So just, it is what it is, my friend. You get those races. But GG's to Alex, Noel, and Cody, the top three. And everybody else, of course, that just stuck out with it, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah. All the South Park meme, I didn't hear no bell. Definitely comes into play on this one. So, but anyways, from us up in the booth, myself and Dean, we will hopefully see you guys next week. Hopefully a little cleaner and hopefully a lot more fun. But we will catch you then, and hopefully we'll see you out on the track sometime. Have yourselves a good evening. Later.